High of 71 and more rain rolling in. Already had a little bit on the ground. It was kind of drizzling when I was driving in. Nothing too crazy, but we will have some strong winds rolling in. It is a weather alert day. What are you seeing, Kelly?
Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour today.
Okay.
So there's a chance. They're not going to do the Wednesday noon tornado siren because there is a chance that we could see.
That we really need it.
Yeah, that we really need it.
Yeah.
So they don't want people to get confused.
Yeah.
Which will be confusing anyway. But yeah, I'm hoping for a big old wind gust to take off part of our roof.
Really?
Dang, we are dying for an insurance claim. Do you know how expensive a roof is?
Yeah, they are quite expensive for sure. So, just
We're
enough.
getting one. We're getting one anyway this spring.
Right.
But I mean, the storm's perfect timing.
That is true. So, just enough where you need a new roof, but not enough to cause any, crazy damage.
You don't need a hole in the roof.
Right.
Just take off some shingles.
Well, be prepared. Yes, we will have some weather rolling in. Temperatures do begin to cool off after that into the weekend. Let's see. Other than that, Kelly, how you doing?
Good.
Right.
Can't complain. Feeling good. You?
Not too bad. Coming up here in less than an hour, less than a month in, and I got the first text message. You need to come home right away. Something's wrong with Birdie.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So I'll let you happen right as the show was ending yesterday, and I had to run out of here to drive home. And so
we're sitting here. He's
like, oh, no.
I'll give you the update coming up at
dang.
about 6:50.
I just heard, oh, no, I got to go. I'm like, what? He goes, it's Birdie. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Go, man.
Unbelievable. So... pet ownership.
Oh, yeah. Welcome to it.
I have a good pet horror story myself one day I'll share with you.
Okay.
Yeah, we owned a dog for a total of 8 hours before he died.
No.
It was terrible.
That's awful.
It's a horror story. Yeah.
God.
So, I get it. It's panic all the time, no matter what it is, big or small.
Yep. That's about it. I'll give you the full update coming up here in about a half an hour or so.
They can cost you some money, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Definitely drain you.
And that's the thing. You know, this may be a hot take or whatever you want to call it, but I'm very much on the line. I less than a month, I love Birdie more than anything, but I'm also, when it comes to $10,000 hip replacement surgery, not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening. I'm
crazy.
sorry.
Crazy, man.
Anyways, Vic, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sore, but I got everything done I wanted to get done, so
now your spring cleaning's all taken care of.
What I needed done, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm ahead. You know, the reason I need to get it all done now, because I don't need that stuff hanging around when fishing season starts.
Right.
I don't need my weekends taken up with damn yard work.
Okay. I'm glad that is all taken care of, especially with the weather rolling in. Also coming up, we got to talk about this small business in Philadelphia that got a very strange delivery of something they never even ordered. So I want to know what showed up on your doorstep unexpectedly. Did you ever get someone else's order or something? You're like, I don't even know what this is. We'll get to that coming up about 7:40. Right now, let's go with Blitz Morning Trivia. Thick.
All right, see if we can get somebody $25 to spend at waterbeds and stuff. If you're the first one to text in the correct answer. A beloved Ohio State bar has announced it is closing in May. People were sad to hear this. Tell us what bar on the OSU campus is going to close in May. First one to text that in at 800-821-9970. You got the gift card.
All right, let's get that answer for Blitz Morning Trivia.
All right, the question was, what Ohio State campus bar just announced they will close in May? And people were not happy. This place is a beloved bar. It's Fives Up High, which is at 2375 North High Street. They announced this on Instagram. But they are teasing a new opening. The post said the end of an era, the start of a new chapter. And they're going to open Two's Under High in August.
Okay.
Which will move just a couple blocks down to 2036. It'll be under Dirty Frank's.
So a basement bar.
Yeah. And they do this big senior bar crawl every year, so they are still going to have that on May 5th, and then that's when they'll close.
That'll be the grand finale.
Yeah, after the senior bar crawl. So Julia Conrad from Lancaster, first one to text in the correct answer, and she's got $25 to waterbeds and stuff.
All right, congratulations. war as a whole is very unfortunate, and you see it all the time where countries, especially some of the bigger ones, the superpowers, are always trying to have the advantage, always trying something new. Technology and war kind of go hand in hand. I'm sure there are weapons out there we have no idea what they can do, the capabilities that they have. But it's also about not only the weapons, but what you use to help you in said war, especially when it comes to gear and things that will help the soldiers. And apparently, Russia has tried something new in their current conflict with the Ukraine, because you know what a ghillie suit is. When snipers and soldiers go out into the woods and things, they have these camouflage suits, but a lot of them will also have, almost like weeds or leaves hanging off of them, so it really helps.
It looks like a bush.
But that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in the Ukraine and in parts of Russia, it is basically a frozen tundra out there. So they've got different terrain that they have to deal with. Well, Russia debuted their penguin suit, which is basically a white suit that has got some black splotches on it, which is supposed to help you hide in some of this frozen tundra. And the black spots are, reflective or supposed to resemble shadows and reflection to help you blend in a little more. Well, Ukraine has released video because these penguin suits are not working at all. Like, they've got drones and they're like,
there they are.
He's right there. we can see you.
Oops.
You know that, right?
Like you put a target on their bag.
Basically. Well, and the other thing, too, is Ukraine is seeing where they have, scanned areas and looked for soldiers. You can see their footsteps through the snow leading right to the point where they're stopped.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
It's doing no good whatsoever.
You've not solved any problems.
None. In fact, you might have created more. You're making it easier for Ukraine to spot your soldiers as they are out in this open area. Ukraine has literally released video going, it's so bad that the other army is like, hey, you need to fix this. This isn't good.
Let me help you out.
Yeah,
I know we're on opposite sides here, but hot tip.
You're throwing your soldiers to the wolves here. We can clearly see them right there. Fix this. We're going to take a pause.
Yeah.
We're going to have a ceasefire just so you can fix this problem.
Go back to your design team.
Yeah.
I'm looking at is this a cartoon? I mean, what?
I don't know.
This is hilarious.
Okay, side note, I have a great idea for a weapon if you ever want to hear it.
Okay, please.
I don't know the technology that we would need to have for this, but some kind of ray gun or something, but that would just mess with your intestinal system and everybody would have to go number 2. Like that, and that, you know what an emergency that is.
Yes.
If you can't do anything else.
I have said, we've had this conversation before. I agree with you wholeheartedly. That would be the ultimate weapon.
Yeah.
I've been asked the question, we've talked about this, if you could ever have a superpower, my superpower would be to have the ability to make anyone poop their pants anytime I wanted.
That's right.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
You're going to be able to get away with, do anything you want, and win every argument.
And it's really harmless.
Yeah.
You're not hurting anyone, really.
It is a massive inconvenience. But like I said, you want to beat me up? Poop your pants.
Yeah. And they have to go deal with the situation, and you're scot-free.
Yep.
It's a great idea.
Oh, hello, security officer. That's a great bag of money you're holding.
Oh, you're committing crimes. You're not preventing crimes.
I'm
you're
just,
committing.
well, I mean, either
there are
way.
multiple uses. I get
Either way,
it.
yes. Yeah. Oh.
That is brilliant.
We're in a war. We're in a gunfight. You're hiding behind a barricade. I'm hiding behind a barricade. Shooting. Done.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. Whatever ray gun you need to come up with to shoot at someone.
Give them the little
non-lethal. I mean, it's perfect. It's non-lethal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Imagine some crazy group of people getting out of hand.
Yeah.
At some crazy event. Everybody.
Right.
Doug called it the brown bazooka.
Yes, the brown bazooka is perfect.
Make poop, not war.
That's a great motto. I like that.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
I'm about as non-conspiracy theory as it gets. But every so often you read something.
Yeah, it happens.
And you're like, something's not adding up. Something is weird. And that is the case for William Neal McGaslin. He is a former U.S. Air Force general who apparently has unprecedented knowledge on reported UFO sightings and what goes on with that branch of the government and whoever deals with that kind of stuff. Apparently he's way up there. Apparently he knows all the secrets. And, well, he just disappeared from his house in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
What?
Yeah. Law enforcement in the area report that he vanished without a trace after leaving his home on foot. There has been a silver alert issued, because they call it a silver alert when you're older.
Yeah.
Which seems kind of rude, but, whatever. So his hair's gray. You don't just call it a silver alert. Anyways, they've been... local county sheriff's office asked the public to help anyone come forward with more information. But they say that, they have no idea. Just without a trace, this man is gone.
Wow.
And so, of course, you've got people online going both routes. You got people going, like, the government route. The government made him disappear. And, of course, now you've got people saying, no, he was an Air Force general with the highest clearance on UFO knowledge who lived right outside of Area 51, basically, or close to Area 51 up in Nevada. And so, where is this man? They do not know.
That is really freaky.
Yeah, it's a little strange. And I think the strangest part is just disappeared without a trace after leaving his house on foot. Like, he didn't take his car. There's no signs of a struggle. Just gone.
Yeah, so like he has all this classified clearance.
Yes. He's got it all.
Maybe he was abducted.
Heck.
That's what I'm saying. This is exactly it. People are saying, wait a minute, this is the man who had the most knowledge. Or, he knows where the Stargate is, and he walked through the portal. Something.
Oh, that could be it.
Yeah, but he is just gone. Story number 2 takes us over to Virginia, where it has been unseasonably warm. We had our warm spell. Virginia got theirs as well. And apparently, they do say there are two types of people, the people that like the warm weather and the people that like the cold weather. And the thing about the people who like the cold weather, one of their biggest complaints is you can always make yourself warmer. You can always put on more layers. But once it gets so warm, you can't take off any more layers.
Yeah.
That's kind of like the big argument. Well, police in Fairfax County in Northern Virginia are looking for a man who apparently 80 degrees is enough to take off all of the layers possible because this man has committed a string of burglaries in the past week. And it's very hard to get a description besides an average-built African-American man with light or medium complexion who's about 5'10" tall because there's no description of clothing. Because he's not wearing any. There have been
it's
at least...
actually a genius way to commit crimes because you're so focused on what's going on downstairs with a naked guy that you don't look at the face.
Yeah, that would be distracting. That is true. There have been at least four incidents where a naked man entered a home through an unlocked door and then ran off as soon as he was spotted. Unclear if he got away with anything in any of the cases or had any other reason for entering the home besides a little, show and tell. But no one has been harmed, thankfully. Police describe him again as a African-American man of average build, and they're on the lookout for him because, that would be a little strange if I'm walking downstairs and all of a sudden there's a naked man in my living room.
Is he just trying to take advantage of your air conditioning, maybe, because it's so hot out? That could be.
I could be. But
I don't want him sitting on my couch though, because I don't like juices and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm really worried about that.
Yep. Yeah. If I come downstairs and there's a naked man chilling on my couch, I'm pretty sure I got to get new furniture.
You do.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to sit in that spot ever again.
Do you bring him a towel?
Probably not. I'm probably just calling 911 right away. Yeah. Because I don't need just empty sack right there on the seat cushion. This, not happening. Anyways, that's not so breaking news. 997 The Blitz. Well, if you've been listening to the show for any time over the past 3 weeks, you may have learned that after much poking and prodding and asking, Nora and I caved and we got the boys a dog. And, she's just the best. Birdie's just amazing. But it took only those 3 weeks for me to get the first kind of emergency phone call. If you own a pet, you've probably been there before, where something has not gone right, and you got to find out what's going on with your pet. And so just as we're finishing up the show yesterday, I get a text message saying, hey, you need to come home right after the show. Something's wrong with Birdie. So, of course, I freak out and I say, what's wrong? Nora texts me back, it's too hard to explain. Call me when you can. So I tell Thick, I got to go. Something's wrong with Birdie. I run out the door. First thing I do, start the car, call Nora, and I say, what's going on? She says, something's very wrong with Birdie. She's laid out by the front door. I was upstairs, I was cleaning, and then I came back downstairs. I heard her playing with her ball, and next thing you know, I come downstairs, she's laying in front of the floor. She's not moving. She's got a puddle of drool, like picked up her head, and she had a puddle of drool on the floor. And tried to sit her up. She was extremely wobbly. She fell over, could not hold her body up, basically. And so I get home, and sure enough, she had moved her onto a blanket in the middle of the living room, and she was completely laid out. And then Nora stops and goes, oh my God. And I said, what? Now, let's take a quick trip back to 2 nights ago, or 2 afternoons ago, which would have made it Monday afternoon. And on Monday afternoon, I met up with our boss up at Sloopy's just to have a drink and BS and catch up and just see what's going on, because we work opposite schedules and stuff. So that's exactly what we did. And I got home after Nora had gone to sleep, basically. She was already laying in bed. And I came home and I just crashed out in bed. And so Tuesday morning when I got dressed, I was gathering all my things, and it hit Nora what probably happened. And here's life imitating art, because you brought it up and I showed you. Nora had made a TikTok of Birdie laying on her back, half asleep with her eyes barely open, and she put because I got high, the Afro Man. Yeah. It was just a funny TikTok. Well, life imitating art, I did not know when I came home Monday night that Nora had laid out a gummy for me that I didn't take. And as Nora was cleaning the house, Birdie got the gummy.
Oh, no, she was stoned.
She was high off her gourd.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
She was just fine in her mind.
Absolutely fine. But, man, she was on the couch just staring. And so we called the vet and gave all the descriptions. We Googled it. We called the vet. We talked to the vet. And thankfully, So by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she was up running around and doing just fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that TikTok was a real life TikTok.
Well, what's funny is that was the thing. We were joking about it. Right. That was 48 hours before it actually happened.
Okay.
Yeah. But, then it came to fruition and actually did get into the gummy. And, she was... man, she was so high. She would hear things and, try and pick her head up. We'd sit her up, and she would just kind of lean to the left a little bit. But, again, called the vet, and not highly, you're not, obviously don't do it. They do have CBD for dogs and stuff if you have a very anxious dog.
Right.
But with everything that went down, it wasn't a strong enough, dosage or anything like that. They just said keep an eye on her. And,
what a relief, though. I thought you were going to tell me she swallowed her ball or something.
Something along, yeah.
Oh.
I thought she had a seizure. with the drooling.
That's what I was thinking.
With the drooling and the being lethargic, just laying on your side. But
And you're like, wait, that looks familiar. Hang on, that's what I do when I eat
wait
a gummy.
a minute.
All
I
the
know
drool,
those
all
symptoms. Yeah.
She's in the middle of gummy thoughts right now.
That's exactly it. I was trying to think of writing some gummy thoughts this morning, like Birdie's gummy thoughts.
Yeah.
And
That would have been great.
The only thing I did come up with one. Woof, 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 bark, bark. That's the only thing I could come up with.
That's deep.
But, thankfully, everything is fine. She's going to be okay. Try and keep your edibles away. Thankfully it was a gummy and not chocolate, so I didn't have to worry about
double duty.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Chocolate's horrible.
But, thanks to the vet for answering the phone and how nice they were, providing all the
I
information.
am imagining you're not the first and you won't be the last.
Right, exactly.
So, what was like seeing her start to recover? I mean,
it was just, you could just see more movement coming back. And then at one point, like, I walked outside and I came back inside and she actually got off the blanket and she wanted to, because she always greets us at the door.
Right.
But her trying to approach the door was a little sideways.
Was she like, where's dinner? Dang.
well, that's what I was going to ask. Did she immediately run for the food?
I have never seen her eat dinner so fast in my
So they
entire
get munchies
life.
too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. And we even have one of those, like, slow feeder maze bowls where the food's all spread out and you have to work around the things to get the food.
She just flipped that baby over.
Tore it up. Tore it up. Yeah, we gave her, after she was finally, like, back with it, we gave her a treat, and she about swallowed that thing whole. Yeah, she definitely had the munchies. But yeah, thankfully everything is okay, and she's back to her normal self. You just never want to get that call.
No,
never want to get that call. So keep your gummies and your edibles locked up around your pets.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Well, little by little information is coming out about the what led to the resignation of Ohio State University President Ted Carter. Now Jobs Ohio is saying it paid $15,000 to sponsor one episode of the Call Out podcast with Chrysanthi Vlachos, the woman linked to former OSU President Ted Carter. The president of Jobs Ohio says, he appeared on that podcast with Vlachos and OSU President Ted Carter, who I guess mentioned in that very podcast, I've been on this podcast a lot. Anywho, apparently the podcast is getting more and more views because of the story.
Okay, because yesterday you mentioned it had like 140 subscribers to this podcast.
150 something.
That's about $107.14 per listener.
Yeah.
If you're donating that much money.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Or sponsoring. I shouldn't say donating, sponsoring.
Sponsoring, yeah. So anyway, Ted Carter resigned his position with Ohio State over this, quote, inappropriate relationship. Whether that relationship went beyond giving Chrysanthi access to Ohio State leadership to help her with her business, whether it went beyond that has not been disclosed. I don't know. But that's all we know at the moment. Well, remember last month we talked about the social network called Moltbook, where it's just AI agents interacting with each other and
Yes.
start talking, having debates about crypto and existentialism and all that stuff. No humans are allowed to get involved, supposedly. Meta just bought it.
Of course they did.
It's been in existence for 2 months. That is it. We don't know the terms of the sale, but we do know that the 2 men who co-created Moltbook are now Meta employees working in Meta's superintelligence lab. So I guess its goal is to develop systems more capable than the human brain, and Moltbook is a part of that, apparently. So
Great.
we just need a small idea, guys.
That's
Small
it.
idea.
Someone's going to run in and buy it.
Yep. Well, we are getting a peek inside this year's Oscars swag bag. The Oscars are Sunday, 98th Annual Academy Awards, and movie stars who are attending the ceremony and doing some of the presenting, etc., will receive their typical promotional gift bags with lots of free stuff in it.
How much luggage and travel is included, and skin cream is included in that?
Well, there is some travel, a free vacation at a wellness resort in Sri Lanka. Also included, free liposuction, body sculpting, and a custom prenup created by a celebrity divorce attorney. Other freebies in the bag include chocolate pretzels topped with edible gold crystals and a luxury cannabis gift set. So they are moving in, up with the times. I guess, I don't know. But that's what you get if you're a celeb and you present at the Oscars. So there you go.
A free prenup from a celebrity lawyer.
Yeah, a free custom prenup.
Wow.
Not just a boilerplate prenup.
It really is La La Land.
Yeah, I guess so. Those are your three things.
Hey, real quick, I did want to give a quick shout-out to Aaron working at the Franklin County Data Center. Apparently him and all the people over there. Listen, we were at Pastimes this past Friday. Nora and I were throwing some darts. And then all of a sudden, the dartboard next to us, a couple people show up, start playing. It took about 2 minutes. He goes, I know you. I was like, you do? He goes, yeah. So, Aaron, thank you very much. I guess they go in, they'll hear some stuff, and they'll go talk about it at the Franklin County Data Center. So, shout out to all of them.
Very cool.
Much. Thanks, guys.
There was an article that was posted, and it is 7 reasons why Gen Xers have had the best music experience. And I think as Gen Xers, it's kind of hard to argue with. If you look at music as a whole and its real explosion from, let's say, the 30s and 40s up until now, you look at that window of the 80s and early 90s, we really had the best of it for sure. Here are the 7 reasons they say Gen Xers had the best music experience. Beginning with the personalities became huge. David Lee Roth, Billy Idol. You had Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Oh, my gosh.
All of Motley Crue coming out and doing what they did. Just leapt off the album covers.
Yeah.
Big personalities. Music videos actually mattered.
Dude, I lived on MTV.
August 1st, 1981 changed everything.
Absolutely.
For sure. It's really hard to overstate how important MTV was to not only us, but music as a whole and what it did for us. Just waiting for that music video to come on.
It was just such a short window of time where that happened, but in our most impressionable years.
Isn't that crazy to think, for as important as it was, MTV
like
as a
20
whole,
years, maybe?
if that, yeah. Before, because it was 81 when MTV launched. It was 92, I believe, when the first Real World came out. And then from there, reality TV exploded.
Right.
You still had your TRL, which, of course, was absolutely monumental. But, yeah, it really was only a window of 15, 20 years.
Yeah, reality TV was the downfall of MTV.
Right, exactly. Yeah. The continuation and expansion of guitar culture. Of course, you had some great guitar players, Clapton and Page and all those guys. But then you get into Joe Santorini, Slash, Stevie Ray Vaughan. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Steve Vai.
Steve Vai's phenomenal.
Yep. Here's a huge one. Concert culture, which has completely changed now.
Oh, kids today would never have survived.
Probably
They
not.
wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They would have no phone to hold up.
Well, that's the thing. Not only are we talking about the process of going to a show, which was at once affordable. It was kind of fun getting tickets. You waited in line.
Oh, dude, we camped out multiple times.
Sam Goody or Sears or wherever they had a
Buzzard's
Ticketmaster.
Nest.
Yep. So you're in line with like-minded people who are waiting to see the show. And then, of course, like you said, you're not at the show, looking at a sea of phone screens in front of you, all trying to record the show. And not only that, but the concerts as a whole, the stage production.
Yeah.
Absolutely exploded during that time. I mean, how much of it is true versus how much is dramatized? One of my favorite parts of The Dirt, which is the movie about Motley Crue, which is, of course, based on the book. But in one of the scenes, Tommy Lee's like, I had this dream of riding in a drum roller coaster upside down above the audience. And it finally comes to fruition. You've got iconic moments that didn't just kind of come and go like they do nowadays. Now, granted, we have a shorter attention span, and there's so much to see on the internet that, sure, the cycle is much shorter. But back then, you had things like Live Aid, which, people talked about forever. Michael Jackson moonwalking for the first time. People talked about it forever. So these cultural moments stuck around.
Ozzy Osbourne biting the head off of a bat.
Yeah. Yep. Things that people actually talked about. And then finally, Gen X actually had tastemakers. Not just social media influencers that go to all these shows and show you clips. We had people that we really respected their opinion and listened to. Dick Clark, Casey Kasem, Rick Dees, if you listen to the radio, was huge on those countdowns. And really, Don Cornelius was huge when it came to music. So, we had these people that were really ingrained that we really paid attention to.
Back to MTV.
Yeah.
MTV VJs. Martha Quinn, Nina Blackwood, Mark Goodman, was that MTV News? He did Mark Goodman.
No. Who was that guy?
Oh, Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder,
yes. Kurt Loder.
Yeah. Which, here's something for you. Kurt Loder on MTV was like 40-something at the time.
Yeah.
When he became like the MTV News guy.
He was like the grizzled wise guy.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly it. And then finally, just as huge, if not probably the biggest thing of all, as to why Gen X had the greatest music experience, the fandom without the toxicity. Like, it was less about canceling, less about dogging people on the internet.
Yeah.
You liked who you liked. If you didn't like them, you didn't pay attention to them. You're like, whatever. You're not spending time on the World Wide Web just insulting musicians or what they do, or if you don't like their music.
It's like social media has really forced us to see things that we wouldn't normally choose, and that's why I think people get so volatile about it, because it's like you're mindlessly scrolling on TikTok and you're like, why am I seeing all these Taylor Swift videos? I can't take it.
Yeah,
and then people get upset about it, and then they just start like hammering other Taylor Swift fans or whatever it is. It's like we're involuntarily being exposed to what we don't want to be exposed to.
And I guess, and so some people feel like, oh, why are you shoving it down my throat?
Right.
We're not. That's just what's popular now.
Down your own throat.
Yeah, right.
You're endlessly scrolling. You're going to
scroll on by.
You're going to see whatever's there.
It's pretty simple. I can make a decision in about 0.5 seconds if I'm on TikTok when a video starts to watch it or not, and then scroll on.
It's like flipping channels with the remote. Nope. There we go.
Yep. Oh, man, I'll do pages at a time. I don't do the single button down. I do the page down, page down, page down. So I think that is a pretty valid argument as to why Gen X had the greatest music experience. And if you grew up with it, you're definitely one of the lucky ones. It's a Wednesday, which means we have to visit one of our favorite websites. That would be FessHole, where people jump online and anonymously admit things they've done. If you want to admit, we'd love to hear your little secret. 800-821-9970. Like this person who admits, I used to be a mature male foot model, from which I made a good living.
Oh.
What's a mature male foot model?
Silver alert?
I guess, yeah. I mean,
had an older male foot model?
I guess there are some advertisements out there that need older male feet. However, he says, I made a good living until I caught a particularly stubborn fungal nail infection. Now I can only make a small amount through an OnlyFans page appealing to a rather niche group of people.
Oh.
I'll say.
Who wants to see, who's paying money to jump online and see mature, nail-infected foot pictures? I don't get it. Because I've got that issue. That's the worst part about my body, is I've began the whole old man foot thing.
Yeah.
Which I need to. If you know of a good. How do you get rid of that? Do the pens work? Like the fungal pens that they sell? I don't know a prescription for it.
You should get the prescription.
Get the prescription?
Yeah.
Did you have to go through it?
I've been through it.
Oh, man. It's not bad, but it's enough where it's like, come on.
Well, stop it before it gets worse.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have a financial opportunity here, according to this guy.
Yeah, right? And make a little bit of extra money on OnlyFans? Because I don't want to end up my dad. My dad used to have to cut his toenails with, like, the metal house scissors. Like,
oh, God.
Toenail clippers were not going to work.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, toenails.
That's the situation.
Yeah.
Boy.
He could easily grip a cinder block with his foot. Yeah. He's carving wood with them toes.
Oh no. Whittling.
You whittling. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. He's whittling pet, little elephants.
It's like a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
His feet.
Oh, 100%. My mom had to have Achilles surgery because she sliced it open one night, cuddling in bed.
Oh, my God.
This person admits early 2000s, myself and a couple friends went underage drinking at a night at a night on an exclusive golf course. Found the contraption for digging holes in the greens, so spent hours digging extra holes in them. I only wish I could have seen the golfers' faces. I don't like you. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, it is FessHole. It's a confession site. So,
that is true.
But yeah, I agree. Why?
It's just
You're
rude.
already underage drinking.
Right.
Let's not make it worse.
That's just rude. There were some jackasses last April or May that broke into the maintenance facility at Rackman Golf Course right over. Is that what it's called, Thick? What's the one on Trayview? The city course.
Oh.
Raymond Memorial.
Raymond.
Yeah, Raymond Memorial. They broke in and stole one of the tractors and tore up the 14th green.
Oh, no.
It wasn't usable all year because they drove all over it and tore up the grass. A-holes. This person admits I'm 41 and I work with teenagers and generally try and keep up to date with the lingo and trends to stay relatable. But I think I hit the old age wall because 6'7" has broke me. Yeah. I hated when the boys came home and did that 6'7" BS.
And it's kind of over now, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's
We're
gone.
on to something
On
new.
to something else.
Always.
Yep.
Yeah.
This person admits I held the door open for a grumpy old lady, as I would do with anyone, only to be told I'm quite capable of opening the door for myself, thank you. Well, a few weeks later, she was behind me again, so I deliberately held the door open and gleefully closed it right before she walked in. I'd have done the exact same thing, for sure. This person admits I spent hours wandering around my house one evening trying to locate the intermittent weird whistling noise. Turned out it was my left nostril.
It's following him wherever he went.
You ever get that one
Yeah,
little
yeah.
weird,
Yeah.
some booger or something is angled just
Yeah.
right, so it just comes out in a weird whistle sound? This person admits I never knew how to start talking to a woman at the gym without looking like a creep trying to hit on her. Well, the other day I dropped a kettlebell on my foot, which triggered a conversation with her, but also everyone else and an ambulance crew. Wasn't worth it. Yeah, I can see that. That would totally not be worth it. And finally, this person admits, at age 11, I hated my teacher and I keyed his car. As an adult, I worried that this act meant I was a sociopath. I saw said teacher a few years ago in an airport having an argument with his wife. Turns out he's still a massive jerk, and 11-year-old me was an excellent judge of character.
Yes.
I love it. It's FessHole for you. Well, deliveries are just a way of life now. I mean, we've always had things, well, for many, many years, we've had things delivered to our house. But now, you can get anything delivered. In fact, I know so many people, my fiance being one of them, where a box shows up. What is this? I don't know. I can't remember. Because so many orders come through, you can't even remember what you order sometimes. And then sometimes things get mismarked or mislabeled and misdelivered. And that's exactly what happened, they think, in Philadelphia. There's just this a small food kiosk called MacMart. And basically, they do one thing. They make macaroni and cheese for people walking down the street. It's like a macaroni and cheese food cart, which is pretty nice. I'm not mad at it. The owner, Marty Lieberman, says she got a random email a while back from someone offering free food. Looked like an overseas company. So Marty says she actually didn't end up accepting the offer. She didn't click on anything or nothing. But then one day, 600 tubs of French onion dip showed up at her business. 6 foot by 11 foot kiosk is her entire restaurant. So she has no idea where all this French onion dip came from. It came from Hell of a Good French Onion Dip. That's the company.
Yeah, I've
Hell of a
heard
Good.
it before. Yeah.
Oh, you know it? Okay.
Yeah.
She called customer service. They had no idea what the delivery was. They said they didn't send it. Marty was going to give the dips away to customers, but the company said she should probably throw them in the trash because don't know if the tubs were tainted with, messed with, if they were properly stored. You know, you don't want anyone getting sick. So that's what she did. And the mystery is still unsolved. 600 tubs of French onion dip just showing up at your doorstep.
Wow.
The company did investigate it, and they think the dips were actually left over from a promotional deal with a business in Australia. But again, that doesn't explain how they ended up at a tiny 6-foot by 11-foot kiosk in Philadelphia. So I want to know what showed up at your doorstep, and you had no idea. 800-821-9970. Did you get some strange delivery and mystery still unsolved? You have no idea. Kelly, ever?
Yeah, well, this was the first of, numerous times have been ripped off online. But Amazon, Charlie ordered this, this winter coat that was really cool and just wildly inexpensive. All right, red flag number one. But we're like, let's see what we get. So we order it, and about 5 weeks later, we get a little tiny box from China. All these Chinese symbols all over it. And it was a box that was smaller than a Rubik's Cube. The tiniest little box delivered to our house. Wrapped in, it was a cardboard box, but it had, like I said, this label on it that had tons of Chinese writing. I'm like, oh, this isn't your coat, is it? In this little teeny tiny box. And we opened it up and it was just a button, a little button.
They just sent a button.
They sent the button. I guess that's what we bought. That's why it was.
Did you order your coat?
Priced so well.
Well, I was going to say, did you order your coat from IKEA and they just mail you one thing at a time so you can self-assemble your coat? What?
I was like, you chalk it up to a lesson learned.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
800-821-9970. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, Goose, it's Adam.
Hey, Adam. What showed up at your doorstep? What delivery did you get and you had no idea what it was?
Well, I've gotten 4 of them over the years, and I haven't been able to return them, and I haven't been able to figure out where they came from. And they were all these kids, and I can't figure out what to do with them.
Kids just showing up at the door. Okay. Yeah, I really hate when you just have kids showing up at the door and you can't get rid of them. It's really unfortunate. But I appreciate the call, man. Thank you very much. Will says, when me and my wife lived in Marion, Ohio, we came home from our kids' baseball game to find $300 worth of Red Lobster sitting on our front porch that had just been mistakenly delivered via DoorDash. Called DoorDash and they told us, hey, enjoy it because once the DoorDash guy delivers it, we can't take it back.
Now that's the kind of delivery I want.
Yeah, that's not too bad. I would not be mad at $300 worth of Red Lobster. I'm chowing down. As long as the bag is sealed, I'm chowing down. Mistaken delivery, I'm in.
Amanda says at our small warehouse for medical equipment, a bunch of dog food and other stuff from Chewy showed up.
Oh, yeah, that would be strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone definitely got the wrong address on that one. Rebecca says, several years ago I received a package, no return address, just Walmart shipping label. It was addressed to me under my former married name, and it was 2 DVDs of Roseanne Season 2 and 3. No note, no other explanation.
What? Wow.
That would be so weird.
It just plopped you right down in the middle of the series, too.
Right, yeah. You're just supposed to catch up. You have no idea what happened in Season 1. They just want you to just raw dog right into Season 2. Come on. 800-821-9970. The strangest delivery you got that you had no idea where it came from or why it's on your door. Spence says, I bought an estate sale house. Previously owner had passed. I've owned it for 5 years, and last year I got a package in the previous owner's name. I gave it back to Postal immediately. That's nice of you. I don't know if I'd have been able to do that. I probably would have opened it.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Wait, you too, Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm way too curious, especially if it's been 5 years. At that point, you're not going to get in trouble, I don't think.
I mean, if it was something important, I'd try to get it to the person, but...
Right.
I don't know.
I have the built-in excuse, like, if it shows up at my door, I just expect that it's mine, so I opened it.
Right.
And then if I notice it's not, oops, sorry, I'll get it to where it's going. But I'm definitely all about just getting in there and opening a package.
Megan says, I got a random religious handkerchief out of nowhere from China. Just
showed up at the door.
Just showed up.
I mean...
What is a religious handkerchief? I guess it had writing on it.
Writing or maybe a picture of some sort. But I guess it's, a little more direct than trying to hand you a pamphlet on the corner. They're just going right at it, right at your house. 800-821-9970. Text rolling in.
This is interesting. Anthony says around 2017, my mom and I ordered a bicycle for my sister, an adult-sized bicycle for my sister for Christmas. He says the store must have been out of packaging because it was cushioned in the box with hundreds of rolls of name-brand toilet paper. Instead of like bubble wrap or whatever,
they use
toilet paper. So can you imagine how great that would have been during COVID?
Right, 2 for 1. You've got a whole bunch of toilet paper you don't have to buy now. Lisa says, I'm a runner who wears a specific running sock. I'm a size small, and socks are $16 a pair. What kind of socks are these? Anyways, a random box of these socks showed up in large, 8-pair, address listed as shipper, no way to contact them. So now I hope you didn't have to pay for them, though. Like, if they showed up for free.
Yeah.
If I'm as small and I get sent a large, I'm probably just pulling them up to my knees.
Yeah, you can make it work.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to make it work.
Amy says, I had a whole crate of baby formula delivered to my parents' house when I was about 25. My dad called and asked if I had something to tell them. She says, to this day, I have no idea what happened.
I have a good friend. He is as much of a prankster as I am, and he spent a lot of time. I would watch him rip out the free magazine trials for like Cat Fancy or just some of the most random magazines out there.
Yeah.
And he would put his friends' addresses on it and mail it in. So all of a sudden you're getting these strange magazine subscriptions. Always thought that was a ton of fun. Came home from vacation to an empty Domino's box on my front porch. Wish we had cameras to see where it came from. Thank you, Jennifer. Yeah. I don't know if I'm freaked out by that or not.
Oh, an empty box.
Yeah, an empty box. An empty Domino's box. And here's the other question. Is that the pizza or the game? Because those are 2 different boxes.
I'm guessing it was the pizza.
I would have to think it's the pizza, but you never know. If someone lost all their Dominoes and they're like, all right, I'm done with this box.
I like a domino. I think dominoes are cool. I don't know how to play, but I would like to know how to play.
It's a fun game.
Yeah,
they can get pretty intense.
Solid tiles.
They can get pretty intense for sure. 800-821-9970. What delivery did you get that just showed up on your doorstep and you're like, I have no idea where this came from? 99.7 The Blitz.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
One person was killed after a dump truck lost a tire on 270 just west of 62, lost control and traveled across the median, hit another vehicle head-on. Happened at about 10:30 yesterday morning. There is a cable barrier there in the median, which usually stops vehicles from traveling across the barrier. But the dump truck hit it and then dragged the cables as it went into oncoming traffic. The truck driver hit a Chevy Impala, whose driver was pronounced dead at the scene. The dump truck driver was taking a grant with non-life-threatening injuries. That part of the freeway did not reopen until late yesterday afternoon. President Trump will be in Ohio today, specifically the Cincinnati area. He's expected to visit a pharmaceutical and biotechnology company to discuss his new drug prescription website. He'll also be visiting a packaging company and will make remarks on ongoing affordability issues. There is an interesting article on the Vox website this morning talking about how investors once bet billions that humans would be getting our protein from eating bugs. But it turns out that nobody living in the Western world wants to eat bugs. Maybe about 10 to 15 years ago, there started to be some attention focused on insect farming as a source of protein for humans and how this was going to save the planet. There were TED Talks about it, and between private and public funding, about $2 billion went into insect farming startups. So of about 20 major insect farming operations, 5 have completely folded. Tyson Foods actually opened an insect plant in Nebraska with a Dutch firm, and work there has all but grinded to a halt. It turns out that the energy costs are very high if you're going to farm insects. The feed is expensive, and most of us do not have an appetite for bugs. Some insect plants are now shifting focus to pet food and livestock feed instead. But they were working on farming crickets, mealworms, locusts, beetles, caterpillars, grasshoppers, and silkworms for us to eat.
I mean, if you've ever seen videos from overseas and some of the different cultures, especially when you get into some of the more desolate areas,
yeah,
they do it all the time.
Yeah, that's fine. It's never going to work here.
No.
Ever. And why you would bet $2 billion on that is interesting.
Oh, I saw one. It was like deep fried tarantula.
Yeah, no.
Threw them in the hot oil and just crunched right into them like potato chips.
You're a fool to think that was going to work. I mean, it's great fishing bait.
Yeah.
It's all great.
Maybe you can hit up Tyson, see what they've got there in their old Nebraska insect farm.
I'm just saying, if you wanted to once a month start implementing something, it might not be a bad idea, because what we have now is not going to last forever. There is a much larger abundance of insects and bugs than there are cows and chickens.
I want to tell you I'd rather eat tofu, and that is saying a lot, because tofu is gross.
Oh,
okay.
I can't do it.
All right, those are your three things.
WalletHub.com, great website if you're looking at money-related issues. Not only that, but they're good for research in terms of, like, where your dollars will go depending on where you live, in terms of, like, cost of living and things like that. Well, they did their annual survey to find out the happiest cities around the country, looking at life satisfaction scores, depression rates, physical and emotional health, income growth, employment, job satisfaction, even weather all played into it. And they found out that the happiest city is Fremont, California.
Huh.
Number one on the list if you want to live out in Fremont, California. Bismarck, North Dakota on there.
What?
Really? North Dakota?
They took weather into account?
Yeah, right?
It must be a lot of great stuff in Bismarck then, because the weather ain't one of them.
Scottsdale, Arizona, number 3. South Burlington, Vermont, number 4. And Fargo, North Dakota, number 5.
Jeez.
Man, I don't know. That seems a bit odd.
I feel like the people on the panel were all from the Dakotas.
I mean, let's see here. You've got Overland Park, Kansas, Charleston, South Carolina, Irvine, California, Gilbert, Arizona, and San Jose, California, 5 through 10.
Charleston is awesome.
Charleston is awesome. Yes, I agree. Bit humid in the summer.
Yeah, but it's gorgeous.
It's pretty nice. Now, in terms of our area, not that great. I will say, of this area, we do rank highest here in Columbus at 117 out of 182. So not quite the halfway point, but in the 40th percentile, if you will. But the rest of the area, not good at all. Again, they only count to 182. We looked at the 182 biggest cities. 173, Akron. 177, Toledo. 179, Cleveland.
All right, if Akron beats Cleveland, then I know this is a funky.
Well,
what's in Akron?
I know, but you got to
Goodyear.
You got to think
Okay.
about Browns fans.
Right.
They're miserable.
Yeah, in terms of happiest.
There's a lot to do in Cleveland versus Akron.
That is true.
I agree.
But again, how much is there to do in Columbus versus Bismarck, North Dakota?
I know.
You know, in terms of stuff to do.
Yeah, but we have the Buckeyes.
Yeah. Dead last on the list, number 182, Detroit.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah. Which, again, I have to disagree with. Yes, there are areas of Detroit that are not great, but downtown as a whole is absolutely amazing what they've done with Detroit over the past 20-some years.
You're always happy there, huh?
Absolutely.
Well, I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy. Oh, it is good.
This is me just walking through downtown Detroit.
With your kazoo?
Yeah. Oh, there's nothing like a little kazoo in downtown Detroit.
Because I'm a happy boy. I'm a happy boy.
I love this. The Beat Farmers.
Oh, it is
The
good
Beat
when
Farmers?
That's the name of the group.
Hey, hey.
So, again, I hope you're happy, but if for some reason you're like, I'm just not happy, well, here you go.
Move to Bismarck.
This is why. Move to Bismarck and you'll be
ecstatic.
A-okay. That's right.
Not so breaking news. The news already broke. We're trying to put it back together.
Oh, we got people taking things that they shouldn't be taking. It's just wrong, including this woman who was just arrested after an incident took place November 20th, 2023. This is a good old-fashioned WTF. What the Florida? Helps if you have your microphone on thick. We go down to Miami, where, if you ever are out and about on the prowl, there have been times, I think we've all been there, where it's like, look, I'm hoping I meet someone tonight. I'm really in the mood for a little something, something. So if all the stars align, we might be throwing down, which I'm okay with because I could use it. little stress relief going on. So then, when that begins to progress and you meet someone, you're like, oh man, it looks like it's about to go down. And that is exactly what happened with this man who met Christina Nicole Nikic as they sat enjoying a bottle of Don Julio. When this gentleman decided, you know what? I think I'm in. I think this is good. I'm going to put it out there. Hey, do you want to go back to my place? And she said yes. And his place actually happened to be his work. And there was actually video surveillance of them walking into the office with another bottle of Don Julio. They are in there for about 40 minutes, and according to the police report, during that 40 minutes, they enjoyed some more Don Julio tequila and then engaged in adult activities. That is when the man heard a little bit of noise, rolled over to look at the nightstand where he had placed his $9,000 Cartier watch, which was no longer there.
Oh, boy.
You know what else was also not there? Christina Nicole Nikic, who had left with said watch.
Dead bitch.
Police were called. They were able to actually pull a fingerprint off of the shot glass from the Don Julio they were sharing. And even though it took almost 2.5 years, they have finally caught up with her, and she has been arrested. And it looks like, according to the report, she already had a background in theft. This is not her first encounter with this. She actually had 2 outstanding warrants for 2 separate Miami-Dade cases involving charges of grand theft and strong armed robbery. So,
And I bet she no longer had the watch.
oh, I'm sure she no longer had the watch. No, that thing was pawned a long, long time ago for sure. Story number 2 is no specific location. It's kind of taking place all over the place in that gold, is nice and all, but if you've noticed, gold has taken a dip. It has taken a hard dip in value. Now, what's valuable? Cow gallstones. People are stealing cow gallstones.
What?
They have become one of the world's most valuable commodities, literally worth their weight in gold. They've been used, apparently, in traditional Chinese medicine for thousands of years, treating all kinds of things. Hypertension, cardiovascular disease, neurological conditions like strokes and unconsciousness. And the demand for gallstones, apparently, is now higher than ever, and so is their price. $5,800 per ounce for cow gallstones.
Wow.
Where do you steal these from?
The
Cows?
The gallbladders of cows.
Are we just reaching in there? I mean, what?
Well, apparently, here's the deal. I guess that they are so rare, which is why they're so valuable, because the chances of cows forming gallstones increase with age.
Right.
The older the cow gets, the more likely they'll get cow gallstones. However, most slaughterhouses now prefer to slaughter cattle at a little bit of a younger age before they reach any type of age where they can get cow gallstones. So again, they're hard to come by, making them more valuable. So, it has become a bit of an issue, especially in places like Brazil, where they are now, armed robbers are attacking cow farms to steal the animals and then any gallstones that they have.
Jeez.
And then they sell the cow gallstones on the black market. Yeah, $5,800 an ounce. Right now, gold, $5,200 an ounce.
If you could get in with a cartel, you could probably make a ton more than that, and you don't have to steal cows to do it. You know what I mean?
Get in with the cartel for cow
sell drugs.
gallstones or
No,
for drugs?
For drugs.
Go the
It's
drug
like,
route.
Go a whole other route here. This sounds like a lot of work.
Is it illegal, though, to sell cow gallstones like it is to sell cocaine? Now,
yeah.
getting the cow gallstones...
I mean, the stealing of the cow.
Right.
That's
The stealing
the
of the
problem.
cow is the problem.
And then you'd probably have to butcher it because you're not getting the gallstones
do
without
they-
getting the gallbladder.
Well, do they pass them like when they're being milked? I mean,
I don't. Can you do gallstone surgery removal?
Yeah, but do
I
you
don't
think
know.
a thief is going to do that?
Probably not.
Let me
They're
open
probably
up
just
this
gonna
cow,
shoot it and-
gently remove the gallbladder,
Right.
and then sew her back up.
I mean, does the cartel have their own vet that can go in and safely remove the gallstones so the cow can go on living about its life? I don't know. But if you're looking for a side hustle, you might want to head down to Brazil and get into cow gallstone farming and make your monies. There you go. It's not so breaking news. All right, let's jump into Blitz Therapy, brought to you by Tri-State Men's Health, as we got an email from Nicole saying, my family moved here a few months ago. We found the Blitz after just a couple of weeks and haven't stopped listening. We thank you so much for that, Nicole. We made some new friends, and we were over at their house last week when my little boy decided to throw a Lego. The Lego hit their 75-inch TV. It damaged it, but it was a tiny spot on the screen. You know, the one or couple of pixels that got hit directly by the Lego. Felt horrible, obviously. So we offered to replace the TV. I mean, that's the right thing to do. Turns out it was actually a $1,600 TV. It was one of those really nice 75-inch TVs, which sucks. For us, that's a lot of money. For anyone, that would be a lot of money. But again, you did the right thing. She said, we don't want to ruin our new friendship with this family. You move to a new place, I can see not wanting to ruin that friendship. So we decided we would just order the new TV. Now, here's the thing. The other TV still works great. Just has a small spot with some discoloration where the Lego hit it. Makes sense? So I asked the friend if we could sell the damaged TV to help cover the cost of the new $1,600 TV. And she said, no, we're going to put it in our, we're going to put the TV in our daughter's room. Excuse me?
What?
This didn't sit well with me, so I canceled the order, and now she's mad at me. Am I wrong for not wanting to buy her a new TV when the other one still works? I mean, 800-821-9970. If you want to help Nicole out, give us a call, shoot us a text on how you would feel in this situation. But I can tell you right off the bat, not happening. I order you a new TV, I'm getting the broken one. You're not keeping it and putting it in your daughter's room.
I think Nicole made it weird.
You think Nicole made it weird? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that your child did break their 75-inch TV. Like, you do owe them the TV. It's unfortunate, like the whole thing is. Like, obviously your kid didn't mean to do that, and you're out $1,600. But I don't think you can ask the family to give you the broken TV. I think that you would have to wait for them to offer it. Like, if they go, listen, you're buying us a new TV. This one obviously still pretty much works. Do you want it? I don't think you can ask for it. You made it weird.
Are you rage baiting me right now?
So I think that she should have, if they didn't offer it, which they weren't going to, they were going to put it in their daughter's room and then take the new TV. I think you just have to eat it.
Okay.
You said your main goal was to not ruin the new friendship, but you did make it weird. That's my feeling on it. Now, I'm not saying any of this is like, it would have been very nice for that other to the family to offer the broken TV.
The right thing to do.
Yeah,
right.
But I don't think you can ask for it. I think you made it weird by asking.
All right. 800-821-9970. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Donnie.
Donnie. All right, Donnie. Is Kelly right? Did it make it weird by asking? Or is it okay to ask if you're buying a new TV?
It's okay to ask because I was painting an interior of a house and I dinged a coffee table with a stepladder. And I offered to replace it. She was like, it's like $3,000. I was like, okay. Well, at the end of the day, after I'd handed her the money, I told her that I wanted to take the old table with me because I believed I could repair it. And she said, no, we're going to keep it. And I'm like, then give me my money back.
Yeah, I mean, aren't you kind of buying the used product? Buying the broken product? That's kind of how I would look at it. I'm buying the broken product so you can have money for a new one.
I think maybe you could have proposed that up front. I'm talking about the television situation for Nicole, to say, hey, I'm so sorry. How about if you get, I'll buy you a new TV if you give us the old one that we broke.
Right.
Like, you can make that deal up front rather than, hey, we bought you a new TV. So give us your old one. They're like, no. And then you're like, cancel the old TV. Cancel your TV purchase.
Yeah.
That made it really weird.
Okay.
You owe them a new TV no matter what.
You're right. Donnie, thanks so much for the call, man. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great Wednesday. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Robbie. How y'all doing this morning?
Good, Robbie. Are you asking for the TV? Should the TV be expected to be given to you?
Look, either the TV, I'll pay for the TV, but the TV's coming with me. If the TV ain't coming with me, I'll pay for half the TV. I'll pay half of it.
Okay.
That's about all you're getting from me.
All right, there is damage to it, but since you're keeping it and you're still using it, I'll give you half the money. Okay.
I'll
All
pay
right.
for half the TV because it still works. It's still going on. You know, you're still watching on it.
Right. Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Stella.
Stella. All right, Stella, are you keeping the TV if you offer money for a new TV?
No, I'm usually always with Kelly, and I think her advice is right on, but today she's wrong. They said, I'll buy you a new TV and let's sell the old one to recoup some of the money. That
Okay.
only made sense.
That's fine.
They can't keep a TV if it's still working and get a new one. No.
All right,
It's
but
wrong.
listen, don't you have to make that deal up front? You can't order them a new TV and then come back and say, "Oh, by the way, I want the
I don't
old
think
one."
So I think it's common sense that if you're getting a brand new TV, then the other TV belongs to the people that's paying the new price.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it.
Common sense.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the call. Thank you very much. I mean, the text rolling through. You're on a little bit of an island, Kelly. Not gonna lie, with the text coming
There's
through.
there absolutely no way that I would ever buy a new TV for someone because my kid damaged it and then come back and say, "Hey, I want the old one," and they're like, "No." I mean, it's obviously like that is a real bold move.
It's pretty
Really?
bold.
You have to make that deal up front.
What, this is
you
not
have to
some-
say, "My kid broke your TV. Listen, we'll take that. I mean, I'll take that one. I'll buy you a brand new one." That's got to be it. And you can't just come back and make a new deal.
Why?
You just can't.
Why? This is not some business
It's
contract.
embarrassing. And then you canceled the TV that you owed them.
Damn right. This is where the phrase "people suck" comes from. And this person, that's keeping this television, this is not a friend I want. I could not be friends with this person. If they came back and said, "No, we're keeping that TV," I would tell them to kiss my ass. Do not ever call me again.
All right.
I'm sorry. That is You're supposed to be friends with somebody, and you're going to treat them this way? F you.
Someone did text in. I don't need friends like that.
Right.
I can see that. Blitz, hi. Who's this?
This is not a friend I want. Hello?
Hello. Hi. Who's this?
Hey, it's Gene.
Hey, man. What would you do in this situation? Are you asking for the TV up front? Are you asking for the TV later? Is expected that you're going to get the TV if you buy a new TV?
I'm buying me new friends.
You're right.
Buy me new friends. I'm gonna take that $1,600 and go get different friends. You're not the only one. All right. Well, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the call.
You owe them a new TV, period.
No matter what.
There is nothing else that needs to happen there. It would be nice if they offered their old TV in exchange, but you owe them a television. Your kid broke theirs.
Yeah, whether it's before or afterhand, I can see the coming back being a little weird if they don't offer it up. But if they don't offer it up, then I'm probably going to ask. Yeah. Blitz, hi, who's this?
It's Leah.
Hi, Leah. Are you going to be thinking you're getting this TV if you pay the $1,600 for a new one?
So hear me out. These people spent their hard-working money on a $1,600 TV that this lady's kid came over and threw a Lego at. I shouldn't have to tell them what I'm going to do with my money. If I want to keep my TV, you should pay for a new one.
I agree with you. Thank you. My gosh.
Now,
Yes.
there is that.
Hard-working money, though.
This is supposed to be a
I
friend.
worked so-
You would think.
Well, but that friend should be like, hey, you know, maybe not have Legos around your kid. I don't know.
Okay.
Not have your kids, like, around a big TV. I don't know.
I mean, it does suck, but
I
see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I see what Kelly's saying in that no matter what, end all be all, you owe a new TV. And what happens with the old TV? You would hope, like you said, if it's a friend, you would hope they'd be like, well, you just paid $1,600 for a new TV. Now, at the same...
I probably wouldn't ask. I wouldn't ask what they're doing with the old TV because it's none of my business. I didn't pay for the first one.
I can also see this, though, in that if it were someone that I'm good friends with, I'm not asking for the TV. Yeah. If this is an acquaintance or a friend of a friend, I think that changes things.
See, but I also think if it's an acquaintance, you should realize that you should pay for the TV and not worry about what they're going to do with their other TV, because that's their TV at the end of the day.
All right, but you just paid money for the TV. You just kind of bought. Well, no, you're buying a new TV. I can see where you're coming from.
They spent their money.
Ruined it.
Right.
And
you just ruined it. Yeah.
And
yeah.
plus, they've been friends a week. So we're not talking about great friends here. We're talking about new people. Like your kid just broke their TV. Get them a new one. I agree with you. It's none of your business what they do with the old one.
Oh, I'm
it would
so
be
mad right
different
now.
if it was like no. It'd be different if there was no mark at all, and maybe just they threw it, and that like obviously made everybody gasp.
Right.
But there was a mark on a big 75-inch TV that they.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much.
Obviously, the mark wasn't bad enough. We're going to keep right on using it in our home. I'm so mad.
Somebody said this was obviously Kelly's TV that got damaged. She's keeping both.
Blitz, hi. Who's this?
This is Matt from down in Athens.
Hey, Matt. Are you asking for the TV?
I am not, and I'll tell you why. Because possession is 9/10 of the law. Okay?
Yeah.
It belonged to those folks before my son, so to speak, threw a Lego at it and damaged some of the pixels. Okay?
Yep.
It still belongs to them. If you value that friendship that you're building with that person, you're just going to eat it. You're going to buy the TV. You're going to be happy with whatever happens with it. If they offer it to you, great. If they don't, tough. Because, I'm sorry, I'm entitled to Jack and squat, and Jack already left town.
All right. That's a valid argument.
I agree.
Appreciate it.
No, it's not.
I agree.
Okay.
Again, it's supposed to be a friend.
I know. We get it. But there is another side to the argument.
No, there's not.
Thank you.
Blitz,
Good night.
hi. Who's this?
Jackie.
Jackie, are you keeping the TV?
I would, depends on, is it like completely 100% broken?
No, it's a couple pixels. I mean, it still totally works.
Yeah, I would keep it. I would have made that argument up front. But then again, who's paying $1,600 for a TV right now?
That's a lot.
75-inch OLED TV, that's actually pretty good price.
There are some really nice higher priced TVs out there for sure. I mean, I would absolutely, if I had the money, I would absolutely. TV is very important to me. I want a big, nice. I want all the colors
And
coming
you don't
through.
want the upper left corner all blotchy because some kid threw Legos.
I would so obsess about that spot.
Yeah, that's
if
all
I
you
was
would
watching.
look at.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, it would drive me nuts. Hey, I appreciate the call.
TV to begin with. Yep.
Thank you so much. Let's take one more here. Blitz, hi, who's this?
Hey, this is Norm.
Norm, are you asking for the TV or you just owe the money for the broken one?
Well, I would ask to read the money for the TV. If their kid broke it, then they should replace it. And not give a hoot what happens after that.
I like that you said food. Yes. I mean, again, no matter what, you're paying for the TV. I agree that I think normally a normal person would come forward and say, okay, since you bought it, then here it is. I'm replacing it.
A friend would do that.
I had a very good friend of mine that had a 3-year-old, and he had these little playhouses. I had these playhouses at my house. They would come visit. He picked up one and tossed it across the room, and it fell right in front of my TV. And I about had a conniption fit.
Uh-huh.
And I threw all them houses away.
Okay, because you don't want things thrown around your house.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. I can see that. Well, I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. 800-821-9970. Text rolling in. If you have an opinion on this and want to help Nicole out, please feel free to shoot us a text. 800-821-9970.
And now, all right, I'm listening. The 3 things you need to know before you go.
Franklin County has canceled today's tornado siren test at noon because of the possibility of severe weather. Central Ohio is under a slight risk for severe weather today. Strong storms possible this morning and again later in the afternoon, which could include heavy rain, winds, and conditions may be right for a tornado. So if you do hear a siren in Franklin County this afternoon, that means there is actually a tornado. Do you remember who Kathy Ireland is? Supermodel. She's in her early 60s now, but yeah, she was
Wait,
a sports...
what? Did you just ask a Gen Xer if they remember Kathy Ireland?
Okay.
I have vivid memories of that poster on my wall.
Yes, Sports Illustrated,
Whoa.
cover girl. She has filed a lawsuit against 2 former business managers, accusing them of stealing, well, all of her money. Now, at one point, the 62-year-old was said to be worth nearly $500 million from all of her work as a supermodel. So she, in her 20s, mid-20s, she hired a couple of Hollywood insiders. They were business guys named Jason Winters and Eric Sterling. And they managed her money, and they have managed her money over the years. They assured her during, these business calls or meetings or whatever, you're doing great. You are extraordinarily wealthy. You do not need to worry. But Kathy says when she and her husband decided they wanted to give a good chunk of money to their son for a down payment on a home, they found out they had no money. And in fact, not only did they have no money, they were in extreme debt. Wow. Because apparently these guys, as they're being accused of, they took out a bunch of loans based on the fact that they were Kathy Ireland's business managers.
Wow.
They never made any investments for Kathy Ireland or her husband or family. They never set up any retirement accounts that they had promised they'd done. They never secured their children's future. All these things had been discussed at length with Kathy Ireland and her husband, and they never did any of this stuff. Instead, put them into such heavy debt that they had to sell their home in order to sort of try to get above water a little bit.
That's insane.
Yeah, so she filed a lawsuit yesterday, and she's seeking at least $100 million from these 2 men. That's
as you should. I
Probably
can't.
not.
Right? Are you ever going to see that money again? Like, I can't imagine being at that level. I know for a fact that my brother is at that level. He's got money managers that deal with all that stuff. But a phone call, if I ever get to that level, a phone call would not suffice.
Yeah, you got to see
I
the
want to
numbers.
see, I want to see the bank statements every month and what's going on. Sure, you're handling my money. I may set up all my automatic bill payments, or you mail out all the checks to wherever they go. You're the money manager. But we're having a meeting at the end of every month.
Yeah, you got to show me the account.
So I can see the numbers.
Exactly.
No way I'm going this long without seeing.
I can see a younger person, I guess, with enormous success, and you don't know what you're doing. You're a supermodel. You're making all this money, and you sort of just put your trust in people that you should never have.
Yeah.
And over the years, I'm surprised that, that lasted.
You know the Dane Cook story? His brother was his manager and cleared out his accounts. Like $25 million.
Gosh.
Dane Cook sent his own brother to jail because his brother went through like $25 million of money. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
All right. She was the kicker for the Texas State Armadillos?
Yes.
Yeah.
We all saw Necessary Roughness.
A cluster of Bigfoot sightings this month in Portage County, Ohio, which is east of Akron. I don't know. Is Akron in Portage County? I don't think it is. No, that's Summit County. East of Summit County is Portage County. So there have been multiple daytime face-to-face encounters with 8 to 10 foot brown or black furred creatures accompanied by musky odors and large muddy footprints. Now, according to the Bigfoot Society, 6 reports were made within 96 hours in Portage County. The report started this month, March 6th, with 2 encounters in Manaway Center, followed by 2 more on March 9th in Garrettsville. And according to Jeremiah Byron, who hosts the Bigfoot Society podcast, that a guy and his friend were out hiking on a trail. They saw a 10-foot Sasquatch. It was grunting at them, and they say it turned its head at the shoulders, not the neck. So the neck was stationary. It turned at the shoulders. And this podcast guy says that is important new detail they had never heard.
Did the Bigfoot sleep wrong that night?
Maybe a little crick in his head.
Yeah. Sleeping on rocks is not very comfortable.
No. An older woman in Windham in Portage County who did not previously believe in Bigfoot also saw something massive run in and out of the woods on March the 9th. Covered in hair, it's on 2 legs, like a human, not a bear. The next report came from Newton Township on March the 10th, a man taking his German Shepherd outside. I guess the dog started freaking out when it got to the door. It was lunging toward the wood line. And so this guy looks out there and he sees this big black shadowy figure in the tree line. He said about 9 to 10 feet tall. And the dog started shaking. That's what this guy says. So the big question, did ever anyone get a picture or video? And that answer is no.
Of course not.
Apparently, all of these encounters were only a few seconds each, and nobody's expecting anything, so nobody had their phone out. That's the excuse. But anywho, those Bigfoot sightings come in fast and furious in Portage County, Ohio. And those are your three things.
Are you a believer, Kelly?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I don't know what these people saw. They saw something. Yeah, so I don't know. My husband loves Bigfoot. We have 2 Bigfoot, like, Sky Mall statues, so...
Do you really? Are they in the walking pose where they're, like, looking sideways?
Yeah, they are. They are. Mm-hmm. You can swing by my house and see it. It's outside in our front garden area.
Now, you say a love for Bigfoot just with, like, the mythology of Bigfoot?
Yeah, why not? It's like the people who are insistent that this creature exists.
Right.
And there have been so many, like, shows, like this podcast, Finding Bigfoot. Nobody ever finds Bigfoot, by the way.
Not at all. Does your husband go on Bigfoot
He does not.
hikes?
No. I think it's just the mythology of it all that's sort of funny. And, the idea that this big creature's out there.
What's your stance on Bigfoot?
No, I don't believe in it.
Okay.
It might be some homeless guy living in the woods who hasn't shaved in 5 years.
Very well could be.
But
it added a lot of height.
Yeah, there's no... show me a 9-foot person. No. Come on.
I'm with you. I'm not a Bigfoot believer, but enough people are where it supports a podcast and documentaries.
Unless somebody got into some radiation...
possible.
I suppose that's possible.
There are those people
how do
that
they end
have
up all over different places in the world.
I mean, there are the people that have the genetic disease where they grow hair everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it does happen. Yeah. Initial response could be how unfortunate and sad this is, but at the same time, it's the world we live in now. So is it just kind of an evolution of kids? Or is it unfortunate? A new study out of the University of North Carolina that observed the phone habits of nearly 100 students between the ages of 11 and 18. So you're talking middle school through high school. Most of those kids nowadays have phones, obviously. The number of kids that went the whole school day without using their phone was what, Vic? The percentage of kids that went the entire school day.
That had a phone?
That had a phone without looking at it.
0%.
0%.
Yeah.
0%.
If you have a phone, you're looking at it. Yep. Period.
0% of kids during the school day spent the entire day without looking at their phone. Students grabbed their phone an average of 64 times during the school day.
Is that all?
Yeah. Average teen logged more than 2 hours of screen time during school alone. I don't know how.
I know how. I mean, I know my kids went to Upper Arlington High School, and they had a rule. Could not be on your phone in school, and you walk into that school, every kid's looking at their phone. They did not enforce the rule.
Do know, and again, how strictly it's enforced or what they do. I know when we took the boys for their, having just moved here and they started the school year last year, both meetings said you're allowed to look at your phone during this time and only this time, but then they changed the rules up in Hilliard, and now I think phones have to stay away. So how much it is enforced, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's, the same rule. High schoolers use their phones more than middle schoolers, about average of 23 minutes of screen time compared to 12 minutes for younger adults. Now, here's the one thing. The sample size was pretty small, 1,000 students in this one area. So is it everywhere? Hard to say, but I think most likely, I agree with you. The answer is yes. I mean, all the students they looked at were for the same southeastern school district. So, again, sample size small, but it's pretty much everywhere.
They should ban them. Just straight up ban them from school.
I can see that. The only difference would be the way times have changed for instant communication and emergencies.
Okay, there are phones. You can get a flip phone. It doesn't have to be a smartphone.
Smartphone?
If you can call and text with it, then that's
enough?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So just know, if your student has a phone, if you have a student and they do have a phone, they're at some point using it during school. 99.7 The Blitz.
Now, let's see if we can learn you something. Sit up and pay attention.
Yep, we're going to learn you some stuff on a Wednesday morning and make you a little bit smarter than you were when you woke up today. Like, did you know the South Pole only experiences one sunrise and one set for the entire year? I'm talking 6 months and 6 months.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
So you're telling me it's light out for 6 months and then dark for 6 months?
Correct. Yep.
I'm trying to picture the axis and the rotating.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, could you imagine like 6 months of nothing more than dusk? Like the brightest it will ever get is dusk.
Because you have to be able to hibernate there.
Yeah.
If you're not a hibernating creature, that's no way to live.
You need some really good artificial light somewhere. I have seen towns where they just have these big street lights, so they make it extremely bright, so it's like daytime,
right?
As opposed to,
because I know there are places like up in Canada where
Alaska,
you'll go
a place like
days
that,
without sunshine.
Yeah. Did you know that there's a typo on the Lincoln Memorial? The word future was engraved as future. Officials believe that the artist Ernest C. Barstow grabbed an E stencil instead of an F stencil, so it's spelled E-U-T-U-R-E. However, the bottom of the E has been filled in, but you can still see kind of where it's at.
That's hilarious.
If you look, Did you know Guinness World Records hopefuls for the tallest and shortest man and woman must be measured 6 times in a 24-hour period?
Okay, yeah.
Why is that, Thick?
Well, because when you sleep, your body gets longer.
Yes, spinal compression.
Yes.
Yep, so you do change a little bit throughout the day. Did you know that a sterile male lion will fully lose its mane due to the lack of testosterone? That beautiful mane will go away.
Yeah, you get old, you start losing your hair, man.
Snip
that's
a male
how
lion.
it goes.
Welcome to the club.
Right.
Yeah. And finally, did you know there's a disorder that makes people think everyone they see is the same person just wearing disguises? It's called Frigoli delusion, and it's named after an Italian actor named Leopoldo Frigoli, who was renowned for his ability to make quick changes of appearance during his stage act. He was one of the original quick change artists.
Quick change artist, yeah.
But yeah, there's an actual thing where people walk around going, everyone's the same person wearing different disguises. That'd be pretty freaky if you lived with that in your head.
I'm trying to think of what to compare it to.
Really is nothing.
No.
That's a unique...
other than like Pink Floyd The Wall. You ever seen the movie?
No.
Where everybody's kind of got the same face.
Okay.
They all have that, like, just the blank face, dark eyes stare, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you're thinking everyone is dressed up, that would freak me out for sure. Learning you some stuff on a Wednesday morning, 99.7 The Blitz.